So if you have any memories of being told to sit down, shut up, or that what you want doesn't matter, please, for the love of God, watch this video to the end. As children, we're ignorant of a lot of things, and we learn how the world works based off of the way that the people around us say the world works. It is very common for children to make decisions like, oh, I'm not going to speak up. I'm not going to tell them what they actually want because I'm afraid of the consequences. I don't want to be yelled at. I don't want to be seen as stupid, and any other valid reason. For those people that make those decisions as children, that decision follows them into adolescence and then into adulthood and then elderhood. And there are thousands of people that go to the grave genuinely believing that their desires, that their creative energy, that the sounds that they want to make, the world doesn't want to hear them, and that it would be better off if the world didn't hear them. And that is a freaking tragedy, because the saddest thing in this life is to go to the grave with your books and your music and your dance and all the creative expressions that you were meant to give to the world during your lifetime. The saddest thing is for you to go to the grave without ever sharing them. And so in this video, I want to give you a pathway to connect with that sexual creative energy inside of you. And it's so simple. All you got to do is just make noises. I'm going to ask you some questions. I'm going to go kind of fast, and you just go, if it's true for you. If it's not true for you. If you really don't know. But do your best not to go up into the head or think about the questions. Just give me a sound. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Did you take the breath? Are you hydrated? Do you have access to water? Are you hungry? Are there any lights on? Are you outdoors? Can you see your toes? Are your toenails clean? Are your fingernails clean? Can you make a fist? Can you put your fist on your head? Can you take another deep breath? Exhale. Congratulations. That's called a sacral calibration. This is an exercise I developed to help people reconnect with their sexual creative life force. The ahas and uh-uhs, the sounds that you were making that you might have suppressed when you were a child. The way to unsuppress those sounds and simultaneously start to access your sacral energy, your sexual creative life force again, is to just practice making those sounds. And it's really easy to do it in a format like this because, let's face it, like simple questions like, are you outside? Do you feel warm? Are your fingernails clean? It's easy to be honest. If I were to ask questions like, do you love yourself? Do you treat yourself well? Are you happy with the way your life is turning out? Do you feel loved by your partner? Making sounds and being honest in those kinds of questioning can be a little bit more challenging. But you gotta start somewhere. Understand that there will always be a consequence to everything that you do. And there will also be possibilities. The consequence of suppressing your sacral energy opens up the possibility of being able to live without upsetting anybody. But another consequence is that you are then the one that's always upset, because you don't feel like you can actually bring any of your sexual or creative energy to the surface without it being shamed or shut down. The consequence of practicing sacral calibrations and starting to reconnect with your sacral energy is small and simple. You just have to spend time doing it, so you have less time to do other things. Another consequence is that some of the people in your life who consciously or unconsciously like it when you're suppressed and kept small will start to get their feathers ruffled. But the possibility of the payoff is finally being able to live a truly satisfying life. Now, before I leave you, there's one more little tidbit of information that's super important for you to know if you're going to start practicing sacral calibrations. When it comes to your sacral is either going to be defined or undefined. It's either always going to be telling you about your energy levels and what's going to satisfy you, or it's going to be undefined and it's going to be telling you more about the satisfaction and about the sexual creative energy of the people in your life. If you go on my website and enter in your birth information, you'll be able to see whether or not your sacral is defined. Here it is defined, colored in and connected, or undefined, left white. This is like a microphone picking up all the sacral sounds of the people in my life. This is like an amplifier or a speaker putting your sacral sound out into the world. 70% of the entire population has that defined sacral, meaning that these sacral sounds, the ahas and ahs, are literally meant to guide you towards satisfaction, away from frustration. If you suppress these sacral sounds, you don't allow yourself to do the things that you have energy for or the things that light you up and get you excited, you will have trouble sleeping. You will be in a perpetual state of frustration, and that frustration will just radiate from you. Like someone who put on too much Axe body spray in middle school, it will radiate from you and annoy the hell out of everybody around you. So if you have the defined sacral, you really need to practice these exercises. And if you have the undefined sacral, you too really need to practice these exercises. However, these sacral sounds are not meant to be your guiding force, so much as information about the people in your life. Having an undefined sacral is not an excuse to say, well, I did it because that other person did it. The more familiar you become with sacral sounds, both in your body and other people's body, the more discerning you can be about what you actually have energy for, what you're actually lit up about, and what you're actually disgusted by. This takes time, this takes energy, it takes practice. Practice makes permanent. Not perfect, practice makes permanent. If you practice this, it will become more permanent. And just like you've practiced suppressing your sacral sounds, now you're going to start practicing letting your sacral sounds come up and out of your mouth or be expressed through your body. Now, this is just one of the ways that I use human design to make your life better. Again, 1 center out of 9 centers and out of all of this information, there's a lot going on here. I have reports that make this stuff super simple and super easy. Just generate a body graph and then come click on this right here. It's only 20 bucks. This report will either reveal to you that you've been doing an absolutely great job of manifesting your own life and you're doing things perfectly natural, or it might reveal that there are some areas where you could change things up and experience a more satisfying or peaceful or successful or surprising life. If there's something inside you that's lighting up as I'm talking about this, make sure you visit my playlist, Sacral Calibrations, and watch some more of these sacral calibrations to get in some practice. And don't forget to get your report on ReikiMarco.com. Link is also in my bio. Peace.